Hello guys, this is Red from Red's Third Dimension Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a review on Megadimension Neptunia VIIR. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit the notifications button. It looks like a little bell to find out when my next review or video is uploaded, and you won't miss a single video if you have that turned on. Now back to the video. It's been more than 2 years since the original Megadimension Neptunia V2 was released, and Compile Heart and Idea Factory have decided to remake the game and add VR. Are the new graphical and gameplay features worth buying the game again? Let's find out in this review. Megadimension Neptunia V2 was revolutionary for the series. Now you get an upgraded version of the game with VR. I see a lot of people asking in forums if you need a VR headset to play the game. The answer is simple. No, you don't need it. You can play with or without the PSVR for those special VR room scenes. I think it was neat because you get the chance to form a bond with the goddesses. It's a really cool feature that I cannot wait to try out once I buy a PSVR headset. I'm sure the experience is much better in VR. I will talk about more of the new features, such as the graphics and the battle mechanics, later in this review. The story for Megadimension Neptunia VIIR is the same as the original. There are 3 main stories to play through and 3 worlds to save. Gamindustri is in a season known as the CPU shift period. There are rumors afloat claiming that the CPUs have oversaturated game industry. Neptune and the other goddesses are worrisome and think that the citizens will replace them with new leaders. While all this is happening, Planet Neptune's Neptune and Nep-gear go missing. The duo ends up getting sucked into a vortex and placed into a completely divergent world known as the Zero Dimension. In this world, the two of them run into the last remaining CPU of this dimension, Uzume, also known as Orange Heart. Uzume is a lone soldier battling against the immense evil called the Dark CPU. Neptune and Nep-gear will work alongside their new companion, Uzume, in order to defeat this terrifying evil. And I'm just letting you guys know this right now. This is my favorite story out of all the Neptunia games so far. It's really, really good, and it's a special game. That's why I have no problem going back and playing this game again. The battle system in this version of the game plays a little different than it did in V2. It is definitely easier and fun. There seems to be more strategy, as you will have to choose your moves that you want in your combos before you attack, and you use the action points, skill points, and lily systems. Fighting is very easy compared to the original. I'm not sure if it was intentionally made to be easier, but you won't have to grind at all with the battle system. Also, if you noticed in my comparison video, even at the beginning of the game, you start off with more health, but you need to use action points. You can earn more action points if you use defense mode, and then in your next turn you'll get double the amount that you had before. You can also get more from using the lily systems and doing certain things in the game. There's a little bit more strategy in the way that you play, but the original game seems a little faster paced. This game seems a little slower, but the enemies seem easier, and also it seems like they added a lot more health to your stats, and you can unlock skills much easier. One feature that I believe happened because of my recommendation to the PR team is the fast forward gameplay feature. I mentioned something like this to a PR agent before about how awesome Final Fantasy XII's speed gameplay was, and I thought that it would help make grinding or playing the Hyperdimension games better, and they agreed with me. And I was told that she was going to tell the development teams for future games about this and how this is a good feature. Well, you can run or speed through the streets in this game. There's a stamina bar, but it does make the game run faster, and I like that. If you play Final Fantasy XII, the HD version of it is so much better and faster. Once you play Final Fantasy XII HD and are able to use this feature, it makes grinding so much more fun and easier, and it doesn't feel like you're wasting time just by grinding. I feel like this was a great feature that they added to the game, and I do believe that this was from me, but maybe they decided to do that after they saw Final Fantasy XII as well. Or maybe they saw my recommendation and they took a look at Final Fantasy XII and decided, well, you know what? We don't have to make a completely infinite fast forward mode. We can make it so that there's like a stamina bar, which I understand. That's cool. You will also use money to unlock new abilities in this game too. You must be at the right level or high enough to unlock the skill though. You also have to have enough credits to buy it. Another thing that the game changed from the original was that you don't have random battles while traversing through to another area. I'm talking about the little mini map thing where when you go through, sometimes there are random battles. Now there aren't any random battles on that part of the game. The graphical engine has been completely revamped. The characters and graphics look so much better than the original. And I am noticing a little bit more purple to the game. Especially to Nep-worthy. She used to look more pink. Now she looks more purple. I actually liked her original style, but the actual quality of everything looks better. Sometimes the world is more dark, but you can see that there's more details in all that darkness. I'm not sure why they decided to go so dark, but like I said, there's a lot more detail to the game. Other than that, the game seems to be running very smooth. I've played over 30 hours in this game and I haven't had a problem yet. Even though the game has many great changes, there are some negative changes too. For instance, there are only 2 game save slots. You can manually save on one slot, and the other slot is the autosave slot. So you get basically one save spot for your manual save. This really irritates me because if it is your first time playing through the game and you miss something, you cannot reload and go back to a certain point to fix it. You have to start all over or just wait till your next playthrough, which that's always fun. I love not being able to reload. Now, this is a gameplay feature that's similar to Cyber Dimension that they fixed in the PC version. In the PC version, you could make multiple game saves, which I liked. I appreciated that. But this game, they decided to give you 1 game save slot, which is ridiculous. I had the max amount that you could have on the last game, just to be careful. So that makes this really not fun. I don't know if they did that, plus having to pay money, credits, towards buying new skills and everything. I don't know if they made it so that all of that made it harder to get that trophy that you have to get so much credit, because you could sell all your stuff. If you're at a certain point in the game, you could sell all your stuff, reload the game, and you get that trophy, and then you still get all your stuff. But you can't do that in this one. So be very careful with selling your stuff. Also, I find it disappointing that they could add a new voice actor to Noir, but they decided not to add any new voice acting to the unvoiced scenes in the game. The previous game had many unvoiced scenes. This game has many unvoiced scenes. Well, if you guys are redoing the whole game, add more voiced scenes then. You made money from the last game, you made a lot of money on DLC. Spend that money on your voice actors, and maybe someone will actually want to rebuy this game again just to get voiced scenes. One last thing about voice acting. I found that the voice actor for Noir did a much better job than in Cyber Dimension. In Cyber Dimension, I didn't really care for Noir at all. This game, I liked her voice actor. She sounded good. It's not as good as the original. I do miss the original voice actor, but I think she did a much better job and it sounded better than in Four Goddesses Online.
Who put this couch here? What in the world am I doing? I don't know the first thing about moving through a gate, and here I am trying to show off. Hello. I thought I'd drop by. Don't look at me like that! How was I supposed to know that the gate would open right in front of your freaking couch? But I owe you an apology for kicking your furniture. Sorry. By the way, this box on the table. Is this a video game from your world? The genre's... Oh! It's an FPS! You know, I actually enjoy a good FPS game, but I'm not very good at playing them.
So props to the new voice actor for changing and adapting and taking this role very serious. So after this, I'll still be a Noir fan. I was starting to lose faith in her because the last voice actor kind of threw me off and I didn't like it. Right now, I'm actually starting to really like Nepgear. She's a strong, beastie character, and I can't get enough of Neptune and Adult Nep. They're like my three main ones. I'm all Purple Heart right now. Team Last Station used to be my favorite. Now I'm Team Plan Neptune, and Nepgear is awesome. Every scene that she is in, she is hilarious. Especially when you get the first bathing scene, it's really funny. Her and Uzume are both pretty funny at the beginning there. Uzume has too much of a manly voice for me to be attracted to her. But I do like Nepgear. And all of the other goddesses are pretty good. I'd say Uzume and Blonde, for me, are the least attractive. I'm sure there are a lot of Blonde fans down below. Let me know who your favorite goddess is down below. So, enough of being a little off topic and talking about my favorite characters from the game. I'm giving this game a 7.5 out of 10. It's much lower than the original 9 I gave Megadimension V2. It's the same game with not enough new features to make it worth a new purchase in my opinion. Hardcore Neptune fans with PSVR headsets or a thirst at playing the game again with the revamped graphics and battle system should buy this game day one. New players can easily pick this game up over the original if they want a better looking version, but should be wary of the new autosave system. I really hope they update it and get rid of that system because I hate it. It's nice if you have a game like Secret of Mana where it crashes all the time, but this game never crashed for me, so I don't need an autosave system. I want to save when I want to save. I do wish that you could save multiple game slots. It would be nice. Also, I think the DLC and your game saves, I think, should transfer from the last game. The score is lowered from my original review because of basically re-releasing almost the exact same game without any substantially new features. And I basically took about a half a point off because of that new saving system. That new saving system is terrible. I don't like it. I'm just glad that I'm much better at the game now than what I was before, so I don't have to worry as much. But new players have fun with that. At least they did make the game easier. If you would like to buy the game and also help support my channel, you can use the PlayAsia link below and the code R3D to get $3 off. And I also have a Green Man Gaming link down below that you can use. And usually they have PSN cards on Green Man Gaming for 5 to 10% off. So you can save money that way if you want it digitally. I'd like to give a quick shout out to my patrons for this month. Yo-Yo Mango, Art CMB, DIA, Mike Shadow 24, and Snizzy Snaz Bullets. Thank you guys for being my patrons. And if you would like to help support me so I can buy new equipment, such as a laptop eventually in the future, which I'm very far off from getting because gaming laptops are expensive. And I don't make enough off of ad revenue to even buy a new laptop. Or if you want to see me play more PSVR games, I'm hoping to save more money up for that. That's what my next big purchase is. PSVR, and then I want to play some PSVR games and more of the Neptunia VR stuff. That's what I really want to do. So if you want to help me get to my goals, you can donate $1, you can donate more than $1, all of it helps. Or you can turn off ad blocker or use one of the links below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. See ya in the next review.